This current moment, I want you to consider one thing. If your life never altered from today and forward, would you feel your life was complete? Would you each day wake up with an unbreakable excitement, passion, and purpose? Or would part of you feel kind of stuck, something feels missing? The majority of us live life in a daze, in our habitual patterns, feeling the same feels, getting the same outcomes. They assume change cannot happen, or at least it's a slow burn. But what if I told you that one simple shift could do just that, and in a way faster than you ever thought possible? It's not some magic trick. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's something so simple and so powerful, even the most successful people in the world leverage it every single day, whether they're actually aware of it or not. It's an example of the power of the questions you ask yourself. Because the truth is, it's not your circumstances that shape your life. It's informed by the meaning you give those circumstances. And how do we create meaning? By the questions we ask ourselves each day. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 questions that, when asked consistently over time, will change your life completely. Not in months or years, in real time, right now. 1. We become our own questions. Imagine this. 2 people experience the same event, but one is broken and the other is empowered. What's the difference? It's not the occurrence itself. It's the significance they assign to it. And how do we create meaning? By the questions we pose to ourselves. Imagine you lose your job. You might say, "Why does this always happen to me?" Or, "What's wrong with me?" These are questions that will send your brain straight looking for negative, self-defeating answers. Think of your brain as a strong computer. If you toss it a crying question, it will return a crying answer. But what if instead you said, "What's great about this situation?" Or, "How could I take this and make something better?" Your brain is forced by these questions to find solutions, options, and new opportunities. And guess what? What you focus on changes how you feel. When you feel differently, you act differently, and different actions produce different results. This is the way all transformations occur. How do you get there? Not by waiting for conditions to be different outside of you, but by changing the interior questions that create your experience of you. The people who are stuck in the mire of neo-mediocrity, they ask disempowering questions every single day. Why am I not good enough? Why does life need to be so difficult? Those who thrive, they ask themselves empowering questions that move them forward. How can I leverage this to my advantage? What can I learn from this? What's my next best move? How to calculate your quality of life by the questions you ask yourself. Ask better questions if you want a different life. 2. The 3 life-changing questions, explained in details. If you want a new life, you don't need more time, you don't need more resources, you don't even need more motivation, you need better questions. You determine the questions you ask yourself, and therefore you steer your focus, which in turn steers your emotions and decisions and actions. Here are 3 questions. Ask them with consistency, I would say, to really go and change your mentality, your way of behaving, and your life. These questions will liberate you from those limiting beliefs and behavioral patterns that have been holding you back and ensure your brain focuses on possibilities, not problems. Now, the first question is, what am I concentrating on now? That step alone would change everything, but most people exist in reaction mode. They have no agency over their focus. It's governed by their environments, their emotions, or their fears, but focus equals power. Focusing on what you don't have, or what's wrong or missing in your life, is only going to make you feel stressed, frustrated, and stuck. But if you make a deliberate attempt to decide what your attention goes to what is possible, what you have power over, and what is already good in your life, you will feel empowered. And a mind that is empowered takes powerful action. The second question is, so what? Life in itself is nothing. The only meaning in life is the meaning you give it. 2 people can experience the same event, only for one of them to see it as a curse, while the other sees it as a lesson, an opportunity, or even a blessing in disguise. It's not the event that makes a difference. It's the question they ask. The instant you change the meaning of an event, you change how you feel about it, and when you change how you feel about it, you change your actions and results. The third question is, what am I going to do with it? The first 2 questions determine your mindset, but this question determines your destiny. Life rewards action. You can have the best mindset in the world, but without massive, aligned action, nothing changes. What you need to do is to ask the right action-based questions. Not, why is this happening to me? But what's my next best move? Not, what if I fail? But how can I make this work no matter what? This is how you build momentum and turn problems into progress. By asking yourself these 3 questions each day, you will be able to rewire your mind for success. You will no longer experience life as happening to you. You'll experience life as happening for you. And that shift transforms everything. In-depth explanation of keynote number 3. Emotion is what drives behavior, and questions is what drives emotion. You are the product of one thing, and that spark is emotion, deciding every time you take action in life, from the decisions to the outcomes we get. Rooted is the backbone of all human behavior. Feeling unstoppable, you move boldly. When you feel unsure or afraid, you stall, procrastinate, or go into total avoidance mode. But what most people don't know is that emotions aren't random. They don't merely happen to you. They are built out of moments and moments by the questions you ask yourself. You change your questions, and you change your emotions instantly. Be different in your emotions, and you will be different in your actions. When you change something you do, you change your whole life. Consider a moment in your life where you were feeling stuck, angry, or overwhelmed. Odds are your head was packed with disempowering questions such as, why does this keep happening to me? What if I fail? Why am I not good enough? So, what do you say if you ask these questions? Your mind wanders for answers, bad ones. You retrain yourself to believe in all the limitations. You lose your vibrational energy, and you act out of a prison. Your emotions sink, and with them, so does your capacity to take courageous, positive action. But what if you started asking yourself empowering questions like, what's the awesome thing about this situation? How do I turn this to my advantage? What's my next best move? Instantly, your focus shifts. Your mind seeks resolution. A wave of confidence, clarity, and motivation washes over you. And then from that place, you take potent action that opens up new opportunities and breakthroughs. This is the truth. Your brain is a powerful search engine. There is no question you can type in for which it will not locate an answer. You get answers to the questions you ask, and if those questions are disempowering, you'll get answers that keep you stuck. You'll get answers that move you forward if you ask empowering questions. Lucky people aren't lucky. They merely train themselves to ask better questions. They don't linger on what's wrong. They move past blame, complaint, and doubt. They ask questions that drive resourcefulness, resilience, and action. If you want to be in control of your destiny, control your emotions. And if you want to control your emotions, start with controlling the questions you ask yourself on a daily basis. Because when you do, you will start living an unlimited life instead of a limited life. Conclusion. December 18th, 2023, 5 a.m. It will challenge you, stretch you, and require that you expand. But the difference between those that break and those that thrive is not their circumstances. It's the questions they ask of themselves. If you ask a weak question, you will get a weak answer. All you have to do is ask a powerful question, and you'll shift your focus, your feelings, your actions, and eventually, the entirety of your life. These 3 queries are not merely words. They are a manual for disruption. These are the keys to unlocking fear, doubt, and limitations. They will inspire you to dream bigger, act bolder, and live with a passion and purpose that few people ever achieve. What's left for you to do is this. Ask yourself right now, am I ready to take control of my life? Am I ready to stop defaulting to life and start designing my life? Am I prepared to ask the right questions that will reveal my hidden capabilities? Because if you are, then everything changes, starting today.